What's up, fellow K-pop fans? Thank you for clicking on over to my review of BTS's Spring Day. We're going to be talking mostly about the music in this, but let me touch on the music video real quick. So I wasn't really, I took my own ideas and the reaction of what it might be about because I was not sure of what it was about. And let me just say, I think I've said this before, but that's something beautiful about art, and that's something people need to realize about art, is it's really part of it is what you take from it. So try to keep that in mind, you guys. You know what I mean? It's not always exactly what the artist means. Sometimes you have to take it for what it means to you, but also at the same time know what the artist wants to convey, what kind of message you're trying to get across. So I really wanted to know what was going on in this music video. So I looked, at the end of that video, a video popped up at BTS Spring Day music video explained Seawall Fairy. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Snowpiercer and Survivors by Bulletproof Vibes. And it's just basically explaining all the things going on in this music video. And holy shit, it's a really, really well thought out music video. Just really artistic, lots of different meanings going on in there. If you haven't seen that video, go check out that person's video that made it. Bulletproof Vibes is the name of the channel, and it's a really good explanation. I think they did a fantastic job explaining what's going on in the music video and how it relates to the Seawall Fairy tragedy and the injustice of social rankings. I don't know how I should say that, but it's a really good music video. And all the different things that are explained in this, like the mountain of clothes, like I didn't understand that was supposed to be representing all the people who died within the tragedy that happened, and the children with the suitcases and just like all this stuff, man. It's just so well thought out. And when Rapman, at the time, RM, is walking to what I was assuming it was the back of the train, they kind of explained that he's walking to the front of the train, which is the higher up people, the rich people, your people that are in government, all that kind of stuff, right? To confront them about it. That's what it says in this. I thought he was heading to the back of the train, but that makes sense. And then when he comes out to that hotel, which is Omelas is the way that it's pronounced. I could be totally wrong on that. With a no vacancy sign and everything. And that represents a book where in this book, the ones who walk away from Omelas is the story of a utopian society whose survival and happiness depends on the suffering of a child. So that's interesting, right? And it totally applies to what happened. So apparently what happened is the conductor or whatever, the captain, I think is what it would be called, because it's not the conductor of a train, but the captain of that boat told the children that were going on like a vacation or something like that to stay seated while the boat was sinking. And the captain freaking got off the boat and survived, man. Like, holy shit, that's some fucked up shit. But anyways, that's some really fucked up shit, man. That is so sad and just terrible. Just honestly, this music video has a really strong message. And I think they did it so beautifully. They really just did it so beautifully. They weren't 100% obvious with the things that they did. You know what I mean? It's very creative and subliminal. And I just think they did a fantastic job with it. And there's so much I could talk about. And the video that this person made is like 9 minutes long. And like Jin standing at the bottom of the stairs looking up at everybody else getting older, right? That's what it's supposed to be. Them walking up the stairs is them getting older, but he passed away. So he's watching, like, man, that's freaking sad. That's sad shit. And then at the beginning where V is laying on the tracks, it's survivor's guilt. I kind of had some kind of a feeling of that. I knew that it was doing something. It had to do with suicidal something. I knew, obviously, it had to do something with that. But yeah, man, it's just a really good music video. Very touching, very sad, but also has a little bit of an uplifting message at the same time. It's really good. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit, and we are going to go through the song now that I'm depressed. So as I was saying about this song before, you guys, it reminded me of a Big Bang song for some reason. I don't know. It just has like a sound of a Big Bang emotional track. I don't know. It just does to me for some reason, which I mean as a compliment because I love Big Bang. And they're a fantastic group. So is BTS. So I don't mean anything negative about that at all. But I do really enjoy the song, and I listened to it multiple times when it came out. So, like, I was at work, right? Let me tell you a short story real quick. That's probably a long story, but whatever, just deal with it. So I was at work, and I always play my radio and stuff, and I have a really huge playlist of K-pop and Mando pop and like J-pop and J-rock, but also a whole bunch of other things too. You know, Jason Mraz on there, a bunch of stuff. And all of a sudden, Spring Day comes on. I didn't know what song it was, and I'm working or whatever, and I hear this song coming on, and I'm like, I have no idea what song this is. And but I loved it, and I was like, I think that might have been Big Bang, but I don't know. It sounded different than Big Bang, but there was some elements that sounded like them. So long story short, it ended up being BTS, and I had listened to the song like a bunch of times. And honestly, when I try to do these, I usually try to not spoil myself by listening to the songs beforehand. So I was like, oh shit, man, I already heard the song, and now I got to react to the music video. But it doesn't matter. It's all good. And so basically, I'm just rambling, but basically I just want to go through the song and point out some things that I think are cool and some unique things too, man. Like I think the mixing of this song and just overall this song just sounds different from other BTS stuff that I've listened to. Even though all the BTS stuff that I've listened to is pretty unique from each other, this one is the most different for me for some reason. I don't know why, but it just is. So let's get into the song and talk about some of the musical elements within it. So this is the part I was talking about with V on the tracks, man. It's a really powerful part, you know what I mean? Like, I know that it's obvious what's going on here, but it's really powerful imagery, you know what I mean? It just is. And you hear the train coming in, like so I want to talk about that part. That part, like really in the back of the mix. I don't know if it's a guitar or it's a keyboard. I think it's a guitar. I think it's an electric guitar. I really love the sound of it. I don't know what kind of effect they're using on it, but I love the sound of that, man. You guys hear it right here? Sounds like they're sliding. I don't know. Like there's that guitar again right there too, actually. It's just kind of low in the mix. But you know what I love, you guys, is it's got like a soft rock vibe to this song. It really does. And I just love it with those pianos and stuff. And like starting off with RM here, and his voice just sounds so emotional. You know what I mean? I think it's pretty, man. Those are cool lyrics, man. It's all, what did that say? It's all winter here, even in August. Oh yeah, and apparently this scene, I'm talking about the music video, but whatever, I don't give a fuck. So apparently in this scene, it seems all happy or whatever, but it's supposed to represent like the rich people beating like the poor people down kind of a thing, the lower class or whatever. So you got that snare there that's super, it kind of goes on forever, which sounds awesome. It's very powerful, very it's a very like 80s ballad metal group sounding drum kit going on there with that snare drum. But I just love, you know, honestly, this melody is just so beautiful in this chorus. I just love this vocal melody. Pretty harmony going on there. And I love that ending melody too, how it goes down right there. It's just pretty. Also, Suga's voice right here is so low. Like that, I haven't really heard that side of Suga before, because he's always got this really aggressive style going on, or like almost a little bit of a more in the tenor range of a vocal. So right here, he's rapping really low, which I was really surprised by, and I really like it, man. He's got that graveliness to his voice. Ooh, and I love that too. So they did some panning with the vocals right there and harmony. So they dubbed the rap part with one of the guys. I don't know who that is singing right there. But it's pretty, man. And I really like that effect a lot. That's cool, man. So they got like an echo. They're repeating Suga's vocal in the left ear first and then the right ear second time. But then they've got a dub of it, so a layering of the vocal. But it's a harmony because it's somebody singing that part. It's pretty awesome. It sounds beautiful. Love that scene with J-Hope. It's just pretty, man. It's a honestly, this is just a really pretty music video. It's, it's not so actually this picture of Jin for some reason reminds me of Blood, Sweat and Tears. I don't know why. I have no idea why. But the entire music video is like a complete contrast to that music video. With Blood, Sweat and Tears, it's super colorful. Super friggin' colorful, man. Like super friggin' colorful. This has got that winter tone to it. Like you notice it right from the beginning, not just because there's snow, but like the overall color, the filter that they use on this, just the overall color of the music video is it's got that winter, little bit of a depressing vibe to it, but it's very pretty at the same time. And every once in a while, there's some vibrant colors, you know what I mean? Like in this scene, you got all those clothes, but Suga's wearing that pink shirt and it really pops. It really stands out, which they had to have done that kind of stuff on purpose. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I just think it's cool. I just think it's really pretty. Like this scene with J-Hope with the sunset. It's pretty. And I love the call response kind of thing. So that when it's a call and response, you have one person singing something and then another person responds to it. Call response. But I love that part of it. I love that when they come in together and they're like together, like. So apparently that's supposed to represent not being alone when you're trying to fight something or whatever, like his friends come in or his other people who feel the same way kind of come in, join together. I just love that imagery though, even without knowing that, because you just get this feeling like that Jungkook was kind of scared of wherever he was going, whatever, and then his friends come in and you just see his face light up. I love it, man. It's a really powerful image. Also, V's voice sounds amazing. I'm just saying, man. Listen to that. You know it all, you're my best friend. That's pretty, man. Man, sounds so good. I'm just saying. And I'm sure you guys hear that lower octave vocal, right? I'm assuming it's V doing that lower octave vocal throughout the entire chorus. It's just a pretty song, man. There's nothing like overly complicated about this song. It doesn't need to be. I've talked about that before where like, I like very experimental stuff. I totally do. And Maggie points that out to me a lot. But I also like simple stuff too. If it's good, it's good. You know what I mean? You don't have to have overcomplicated things or overcomplicated elements to make a good song. But at the same time, you don't even have to have good lyrics to have a good song, to be honest. You know what I mean? It really just has to be a good song because it is, if that makes sense. Obviously, the lyrics in the song are friggin' awesome, man. Like, I've been reading the lyrics along. and they're just really touching lyrics. And I feel like the main focus really is the melodies, the vocals. The vocals are the main focus of this song. So you don't need overly complicated guitar parts or bass lines or anything like that. You know, the chords are very simple going on in this song, but the vocals are beautiful, and that's what stands out the most, and the lyrics are beautiful. So I think that's what's important about this song, to be honest with you. There is a really cool sliding guitar in there that I was talking about. But besides that, the majority of the song itself is pretty stripped down, I'll say. You know what I mean? But the main thing that stands out to me about this song, man, is just the vocals and the lyrics. I think they're the most beautiful part of this song, and I think they're really beautiful. And like I said, the melody in the chorus is just, it's super catchy, but it's not like dancey pop catchy, you know what I mean? It's emotional catchy. You feel it. You really do feel it. I think that's I don't know, man. That's just what I'm grabbing from it. That's what I shouldn't say grabbing, because I've already grabbed it, if that makes sense. But yeah, man. So I'm going to stop it there and just say, man, I love this song. I really do. I think it's one of their best songs. I like this. I really enjoy this element of BTS. I think they do it really well because it's not contrived. It's real, and you can feel that. You know what I mean? I feel like these guys are very in touch with their emotions, and I think that they want to express that, and I think they express it really well. At the same time, I love DNA and I love Mic Drop. But man, there's just something really special about these songs, these types of songs that they have. Like Butterfly, you know what I'm saying? That type of genre that they do, I really love it. I don't know, man. It's just special to me. I feel like it's extremely real. And it's interesting because I saw people talking, and this bothered me. I might get a little feisty here. I saw people making fun of, I think it was RM, making fun of RM's lyrics, saying that he's like fake deep or something like that. Like his lyrics aren't like really emotional. He's just trying to be or something like that. Are you kidding? I think people just like to hate, man. Especially if something gets popular, then you're going to have people who get jealous of that or are spiteful of that. And then they want to pick apart groups or other people or whatever. And I think that's what's going on there because their lyrics are really good. And these are really talented dudes. They really are, man. And I think this I think that this just feels so real. So to say that it's fake is kind of weird to me. It just doesn't make sense. I just think it's people trying to hate, honestly. But anyways, you guys, I'm going to stop rambling. I rambled on a lot in this one. I have not eaten since yesterday, so I think I'm kind of just hungry and tired and really sad that I did not win that Gugudan thing. I'm so sad about it, man. I had my hopes up. I was like, man, if we could get that, that would be just so friggin' brilliant. But whatever, man. You just got to keep going. Really, honestly, you guys, you know, if something happens to you like that, where you're like really getting your hopes up about something, you try so hard, like, oh man, I really hope I get this, and then it doesn't happen. It's super disappointing, you guys. It really is. Let's be real. It is. All of us could be like, no big deal, blah, 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 you know, and some people are like that, but not me. And I bet a lot of you aren't like that either. I bet a lot of you probably take it to heart as well. And it's hard. It's hard, you know, and it's easy for a lot of people to say, oh, you can't take it to heart, blah, blah, blah. And it's true. That is true. But my main thing is you just got to keep on going, even though it's kind of a little bit disappointing. It's a little bit of a setback. You just got to keep going. And that's what I want to say. Anyways, guys, it's a really long video. I love you. Dreamers, keep on dreaming. I'll see you in the next video. And until then, annyeong. See, I speak Korean. Annyeong.